Hello folks, this is Pika making a quick stop in Minecraft to put together a little response to some trouble IsCal85 was having in his recent Hermitcraft 6 episode 132. Now you can use the iCards or the link down in the description to see what he's working on. It's right near the beginning of the video, but honestly I recommend watching all the way through since IsCal is entertaining and positive in a way that really brightens my day. Anyway, IsCal has a mini game full of random chances where players are rewarded based on how far they get before exiting. He designed an exit like this one right over here that has an airlock style to make sure the players, once they exit, are stuck on the outside. And on the way through the second doors, it triggers the dispensing of a little prize from a dropper underneath, which, well, the security of a dropper right under there is in question. The main thing here is that when you come through these doors, IsCal noted that the player could just do this a few times for an extra chance to win. Look at that. 4 prizes for me. And well, most of the Hermitcraft whitelist won't reach underneath your chest and steal your prizes, but they do consider little exploits like this fair game and point them out in the most amusing way they can. So I came up with this little circuit here, which is an RS NOR latch pointed through an AND gate with a loop back to reset the RS NOR again, which might be clear if you just look at the redstone over here as opposed to my hastily drawn little sketch there. So here we have a button representing the pressure plate leading into this pink and blue circuit, which is our RS NOR latch. And that feeds this yellow circuit, which is the AND gate. So if we step on the pressure plate, we can see that this redstone signal switches sides and it stays there. Now, until a signal comes in on this blue block here, it will stay that way. Now, this has activated one side of the AND gate, but until you get this side also activated by pushing your prize button, which could be anything from a tripwire to a literal button, or even like a redstone ore player detector, something along those lines. Once you trip that, you're going to see 2 things happen. So, tripping that will activate the AND gate's output here, activating the dropper as planned, which is be a randomizer in IsCal's case, but wrapping around here in this feedback loop to then reset the original button. So if we hit this, you can see we get our podzol. And now we can hit this button as many times as we want, and nothing happens until we go back through the pressure plate and then hit it again. And no matter how quickly I manage to push this, I get 1 podzol per time going through the pressure plate. And honestly, if you hit the pressure plate over and over, since this has already switched over and is staying there, literally nothing happens until you hit this side. So it should be fairly safe. But the question is, will it fit in the fairly narrow space IsCal has to work with? He has redstone on either side of the space he's trying to work in. So I made this little example of the circuit in a similar entryway. And we pass through here. Now when I step on these pressure plates, you're going to see this activate the RS NOR latch. And now you can see half the AND gate is active, just waiting for that button press, which we can get from here, but not from back here. And we get our prize. But no matter how many times we push this, we still only get the 1 prize. Honestly, a good idea since this sends a double pulse down here. But not an issue because the whole point of this is it limits you to just 1 press, unless someone passes through here again right afterwards. And even then, you're just going to get the 2 that you deserve for that. Now the sad thing is if 2 of you come through here together, you're only getting 1 prize. But the problem I had with this design is that this space right here is pretty much all he's left with for his randomizer. He'd have to take the input from the green feedback circuit here and send his output up the magenta dropper circuit. So I tried going with more of a vertical configuration. This wound up with a much wider 9 block wide design here. Does the same thing. This is color-coded the same way to help you understand. This is the RS NOR latch right here. This bit's the AND gate. And then we have this just long output line going up to the end. This is where he can put his randomizer. Now, not actually 100% sure his randomizer fits in there. I should probably go back and rewatch that video and and see if he shows that circuit on the video. But we do get the same result here, although my prize in this case is a nice book. Slightly more secure, but obviously you can still just steal them out of that dropper. A solution, if you have a slightly less trustworthy whitelist, is to do a double dropper arrangement where you send a delayed pulse into each so that anything accessible actually contains nothing. But of course, with an untrustworthy whitelist, chances are they can just use a pick and take whatever they want anyway. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out my stream compilation video. And if you like what you see, want to see some more, feel free to check Duell and Streaming on Twitch. There's a link in the description, and I'm on there more often than not, but the rest of the stream team is pretty good too, and you might enjoy them. Have a wonderful day. Bye.